All right. Well, unfortunately, this is the second video that I've had to make this week about someone who had an impact in the world of pro wrestling passing away. Earlier in the week, it was Jim the Anvil Neidhart. You know, who was a big part of the WWF in the 80s with the Hart Foundation and Bret the Hitman. A great tag team with Jimmy Hart. I always liked them as heels. I always thought they were better heels than baby faces. I thought that their work in '87 as the heels was pretty awesome. That was my favorite time for the Hart Foundation. Actually, if you check out the WWE Network, from what I understand, they have the Hart Foundation old school Coliseum tape up on WWE Network if you want to watch some of Jim Neidhart's work. And the other one that we lost was Aretha Franklin. And you're thinking, Aretha Franklin, what the hell does she have to do with pro wrestling? Well, she actually has a lot to do with pro wrestling because WrestleMania 3 in Detroit in the Silverdome, which is my all-time favorite event. Anybody who knows me, I've been talking about that event for 20 years. She sung the national anthem at that event, and it was amazing. It was just a awe-inspiring performance. And then I had a chance to go back to Detroit 20 years later for WrestleMania 23, and I had a chance to see her there in Detroit in 2007. And I look over at my best friend John. We were in Detroit together having fun. I look over at him, and after she sung her song, John was just in full-fledged tears. He just had huge alligator tears. I didn't exactly know what happened. I had known John since '95, and I had never seen him cry. It's the first time I'd ever seen him shook up like that, and I'm like, dude, are you okay? And he goes, man, that song got to me. He goes, Aretha got me. And I can understand because, first off, if you've never been to WrestleMania, it's an emotional experience altogether to be there. I mean, it'll flood your eyes with tears. Like, for instance, when I always get teary-eyed at WrestleMania. It just happens. It's just you're so overcome with emotion just to be there as a pro wrestling fan. You can't really explain it, but it always happens. It happened to me in Dallas and the WrestleMania in San Francisco, and it always happens. I always get emotional at WrestleMania. The tears just start to flood. It just happens. So, very sad news on Aretha Franklin and Jim Neidhart. And I won't forget Aretha Franklin for her monumental performance at 23 and WrestleMania 3, and putting my pussy friend John in tears at WrestleMania 23. Thank you.